let us see some important electrostatic properties of a conductor in a summary. See, if this is a conductor, electric field inside is 0, charge density inside is 0. Why? Because charges balances each other and inside potential is constant, hence electric field is 0. Second, the electric field is sigma upon epsilon naught that we have seen, and this n is the normal vector, unit vector normal to the surface, this electric field. So here you see the charge is positive, hence sigma or charge density, surface charge density is greater than 0 because charge is positive, and electric field is normal outwards. Here the sigma is less than 0, that means charge is negative. Again E is normal to the surface but inwards. Here it is outwards, here it is inwards. In the third case, they have shown the potential. So you know though the electric field is 0, but potential is somehow some constant potential V naught inside as well as on the surface of a conductor. And in fourth diagram, they have shown whether there is a negative charge or a positive charge, all the charge would reside on the surface only. And if we create any cavity inside, the electric field and the charge density inside would be 0. So these are some important result for electrostatics of a conductor like metals. So let us solve these examples. So example 2.7, a comb run through one's dry hair attracts small bits of paper. Why? Okay, so why it happens? What has if hair is wet or if it is a rainy day? Remember, a paper does not conduct electricity. So paper is not a conductor. So what will happen? So the reason is that this is because the comb gets charged by friction. This much we know. The molecules in the paper get polarized. They see here the new word polarization. So we will discuss it just after this thing. What is polarization? So polarized by the charged comb, resulting in a net force of attraction. So since this comb is charged, so it polarizes the particles of the paper and will result in a net force of attraction. If the hair is wet, so we will discuss this point, polarization. Okay, so keep it in mind. If the hair is wet or if it is a rainy day, friction between hair and the comb reduces, because as you know that water reduces the friction. The comb does not get charged and thus it will not attract the small bits of paper. Why? Because there would be less friction. As well as another problem is that water is a good conductor of electricity, so the whole charge will go into earth through your body. Whole charge which is accumulating on the comb will go inside the earth through your body. So these are two reasons. That's why that you cannot charge a comb with wet hair. Now second question is, ordinary rubber is an insulator. So you know rubber is an insulator, but special rubber tires of aircrafts are made slightly conducting. Why this is necessary? So they mix some material in that rubber, so it becomes little bit conducting. So why it is done so? So answer is to enable them to conduct charge produced by friction to the ground. So when this aircraft or the tire of this aircraft touches the ground, so there is a lot of friction, hence it will charge them with friction, and as too much of a static electricity accumulated may result in a spark, hence a fire in the air. And you know that it is quite dangerous for an aircraft to catch fire. So there are tires which are made of conducting material, or the rubber is made somehow little bit conducting, so all the charge can be transferred to the ground. Now third question, vehicles carrying inflammable materials usually have metallic ropes touching the ground during motion. Why? So again, so if you see any truck which is carrying inflammable liquid, a chain from that truck is fallen on the ground which touches the ground and it will keep on moving. Again the reason is same, so the charge cannot be accumulated on this truck or this vehicle carrying the liquid, hence there will be no charge accumulation and no spark and no fire. Why these chains are not on the trains? Again, if you think why these chains are not available on the train, so you have to think about that wheels of trains are again metal. Wheels of trains are again metal, which is a good conductor of electricity, hence there will be no charge accumulation on the train carriages. Now fourth one, if a bird perches on a bare high power line and nothing happens to the bird, a man standing on the ground touches the same line and gets a fatal shock. Why? So again this we have already discussed that since bird has both the legs on the same wire, so potential difference is 0. For both of them potential is V0 and V0. But when a person touches the wire, so there is a potential difference between earth and this wire, hence the person gets shock while a bird does not get the shock. Now let us move to another important topic, which is dielectrics and polarization. Dielectrics and polarization. Just few minutes back we have heard the word this polarization. Now let us see what are dielectric materials and what is the polarization. For simplicity, though these are called dielectrics, but for a simple language, let us only for understanding, let us say these materials are insulators. Okay, what are dielectric? Dielectrics are insulator materials. What are dielectrics? Dielectrics are different kind of insulators. Let's read about this. So again they started by saying dielectrics are non-conducting substances, that means insulating substances. So let us take the case of a conductor and a non-conductor or a dielectric or insulator. So what happens? See this diagram, understand this figure. So first this is conductor, this is a dielectric. That means non-conducting substance. This is a conducting substance, this is a non-conducting. So if you put this conductor in an external field E0, E0. So what happens? Here it is positive side, here it is negative side. So the field is from positive to negative. So what will happen? As soon as you apply this field, the charge carrier inside the conductor, negative charges will start traveling towards positive terminal and positive charges will start traveling towards the negative terminal. So there is a field, this external field E0 and this is E0. This is external field. Now what happens? Since the negative charges on this left side and positive charges are on the right side, this conducting material also produces an internal field, E in, internal field, which in stable condition will cancel out. Stable condition, this will cancel out the effect, hence there is a stable condition. Stable condition is reached. Okay. So until this stable condition is met, these charge carriers start moving towards left, these charge carriers start moving toward right till this stable condition. That means this electric field outside on this direction and this inward positive negative in this direction are exactly equal and opposite and cancel each other. So this is the case for conductor. So hence this is in positive direction E0, and this E in is also same in magnitude but in opposite direction, hence the resultant is 0. So both the electric fields external and internal cancels each other and make a stable condition.